All right, hello and welcome to the Matchday Vlogs channel. As always, please remember to smash that like button, hit subscribe because it really does make a difference to the channel. We're here this evening to talk about all these wins. So many wins. We're going to be talking about Birmingham. We're going to be talking about West Brom. Do you know what? We'll talk about a few before. We'll also be looking ahead to this weekend's game away at Carrow Road in Norwich. But before we get onto that, this show is proudly sponsored by the guys over at Happy Hot Tubs, where you can make this Christmas unforgettable with their limited time hot tub deal. Order now and get your hot tub delivered and ready to enjoy before Christmas. Visit one of their many showrooms or head over to happyhottubs.co.uk and don't forget to mention Matchday Vlogs Junior purchase and you'll get an extra special gift from us too. There we go. I also have just been on a run I went on a run this week and I pulled a muscle in my calf yesterday, and so it was yeah, it helped me. Enough of that. Jack, how are you? You you weren't with us last night, but you had a bit of a heavy night, didn't you?
Do you know what you said there? I've been saying all day. It's like, do you know what I would love today is a nice long bath because I'm so beaten up from jumping about and just being bashed about at a gig last night. So yeah, it would be great to get into one of these happy hot tubs. Just guys, just can I just pop around the showroom for a couple of hours? That'd be great. I was. Do you know what? It was awful last night because I got as soon as I got into the venue, I was like, all right, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no. I got to find it somewhere. So I was I went through the efforts of like finding where the one hotspot in the room was. Like, right, I can get updates here. And
Yeah,
when it was
yeah.
3-2 by the encore, I was like, oh God, please, no, no.
It was a wild game. If you're watching us live, get involved in the chat section. If you're watching us on replay, get involved in the comment section. We'll be always keeping the conversation going that way. And always let us know where you're watching the show from, whether it be far and wide overseas or whether it's in down the road in Eastleigh or somewhere like that. It's always fun to know. Where should we start, Jack? Where should we start? Should we go all the way
Where
back
do you
to
want to go?
Birmingham? Should we go?
Let's do that all the way back there. What
Yeah.
a fun day out.
It was pretty good. I mean, I am starting to feel that the northern end of the ground is starting to missing out on lots of goals. I don't know why that is. That we seem to be scoring all these goals in the first half, and then struggling in the second. It's all a bit of an odd one, really, isn't it?
I mean, it's nice in the sense that that's now our problem. It's like, oh, okay, well, we're winning games in the first half and struggling in the second. So as long as we're winning it, that's fine.
Yeah,
It makes crazy, isn't it? And every game now we've come out and just kind of sat back a little bit. I think the Birmingham game, at least we got the extra goal, so we did get the Armstrong goal in
yeah.
the second half, but it just seems to just dry up a little bit. And maybe it's down to just tired legs. Maybe it's down to so many games in a week. And also, it doesn't have the substitutions have been so iffy. Like, what is the point of Joe Aribo right now? What's this guy's plan?
Yeah,
Does he want to leave? If so, you're not going to leave doing those sort of performances. It's just
it
it makes no
wasn't
sense.
it wasn't particularly great. He came on last night as well, and it did feel like it was just going through the motions. I don't really think that there was any kind of like I don't know. It kind of looked like he was just running around, but didn't know where he really was supposed to
Yeah.
be, and it was just kind of like skirting around. And yeah, I won't lie, it was pretty shady towards the end in terms of us holding on for that victory. Where you think you're going at half time at 3-0, you really shouldn't be holding on for a victory as you approach the final stages. But yeah, pretty dodgy stuff, really. But it was impressive the first half last night. Moving on to
Yeah.
last night's game, I think it was a similar kind of thing. There was a comment on the video already that someone was referring to Leo Cienza as kind of like a messy kind of figure in our side. The fact that he's like running directly at defenders and sort of diagonally
It's
across,
mental, isn't it?
terrorizing them.
It's so beautiful to see. And you know what? You got to give like Tom Fellows props as well because Tom Fellows in the last couple of games has done some ridiculous just zigzagging across the pitch. You're like, I've not seen Southampton players have the nerve to do this, and I don't. Like, when was the last time you saw Williams really do that kind of stuff at this club? It just doesn't happen,
Yeah,
and it does make that front line just look unbeatable. Like as soon as they get the ball, as soon as they're on the attack, you think there's a chance this is going to go in
mm,
every time now. And
yeah.
and what was Will still doing, man? What was he doing for those games? Because you think of that Bristol game, how many just one-on-ones we had that were just fruitless, couldn't do anything from it, and now it's just they're putting it away. Adam Armstrong
Yeah.
is being the championship's best best striker of all time.
Top
He's
goal
so
scorer at
good,
the moment.
so good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what, he's
Yeah.
wicked. So, but yeah, Cienza is just. I mean, who would have thought? Who would have thought, Keto? Who would have thought you'd fall in love this year? Somebody told you you're going to fall in love again in 2025.
And how about Finazzazo? I mean, what a transformation we've seen in this player. I mean, he was a stature on the side that I thought was looking incredibly frail, didn't know where he was. He was either far too deep or far too high, but now he just seems to be linking up in that midfield and just banging them in. I mean, he's got what, a crazy amount of assists. He's scored in every single game. In fact, last night's game was the first one he hasn't scored in a long, long time. So it's kind of crazy to see that transformation, really.
Yeah, it's the. I think everyone knows Johan Spor's a few apologies. I think we a couple of weeks ago we were quite off for that guy. You know, another transfer window where we've not got goal scorers. We haven't got this, and turns out we did, and it was just they were just not being played in the right position. So it's unreal, isn't it? As I think even at the beginning of that Charlton game, I was like, Finn, I'm not quite sure where he needs to be, and then suddenly it just clicked and he's running on. It's almost like as soon as that one goal went in, he's flying. He's absolutely flying. So looking at it now, that transfer window's looking pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How did Quasi look last night?
He didn't look terrible. He didn't exactly do anything bad. He did his job, I would say. There's a few sort of long passes in there which were good. I think it'd be unfair to judge him individually, but the back line itself towards the end of the game was kind of falling deeper and deeper towards Bazunu, and just generally hitting it long and sort of, I don't know, sort of doing a terrible job of parking the bus and clearing it, really.
No, I've not seen the subs or anything. Was that by the end of the game? Was it still the same back line that started the game? Was it still Quasi, Howard Bellis, and Woods, or did Stevens come on?
Actually, I don't think. No, Stevens didn't come on. In fact, Stevens was outside the ground at the end of the game when I was waiting for my Uber, chatting away, looking as happy as ever. So I'm guessing there's just a rotation thing.
It's just a rotation thing, but I think we saw. Was it the Birmingham? What was the last game that Quasi started? Because he keeps sort of doing in and out. Did he start against Birmingham? Was it the game before that? I can't remember which game.
Maybe Sheffield United.
Yeah, and then we were like, it looks good, but it looks a little bit unorganized at the back. And even though they're all doing their job, when it comes down to some little basic things, you think, oh, they're not quite organized. And when you see the amount of corners that they had last night leading to the second goal, you're like, come on, we can't be having that many. They can't be pinging back and forth like this. So I was thinking maybe I didn't. That's why I thought maybe bringing Stevens on at that point just to shore up the back line a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it might have done. I mean, I'm just looking at there. No, they all played the full 90 minutes. Tom Fellows came off. Leo came off. Armour came off, even though he was on a hat trick again. I mean, that's the other massive transformation.
But he picked up a yellow. He picked up a yellow though. So
he did. That's true. Yeah, good shout. Yeah, he came off for Jay Robinson in the 75th minute. But that's the other thing is now we're looking at a player in Adam Armstrong where he's absolutely banging them in. I mean, it's absolutely terrifying what he's able to do with defenders. I mean, if he's got the ball at his feet, it's a given that there's going to be a goal, which we're crying out for this number 9 striker, and guess what? He's got a number 9 on his back, so he is him, as they say. But but the difference is like you look at Cam Archer, who came on later in the game, and Cam Archer has the ability, but he just doesn't seem to be in the places that he needs to be when the ball's available. Does that make sense? Yeah. He's kind of like he's either too much close to the defenders or he's just not finding the space. But Armour is just able to sort of do these diagonal sort of crossovers that just seem to have him finding space. And I just think it's just a magic combination of Leo Cienza, Finazaz and Adam Armstrong. I just think that's just your perfect front three, isn't it?
Yeah, it's now that it's full force. It's like this is the ideal championship like forward line. This is what you want. Like it's two insane wingers, and Zaz behind that whole four. It's just incredible. Everyone's working together. Everyone feels comfortable, knows what they're doing, I think Adama's intelligence has just sort of been coming out the last few weeks. Like you said, he's always in the right spot. Always knows when to make the run. Always knows when to charge down.
Yeah,
Like last night, the second goal. It's just that aware that just charge the ball down.
yeah,
Just keep going after it. I'm going to get
yeah,
something out of it. Just be a little rat. Perfect.
yeah,
What a
yeah.
boy.
It's quite something to behold. But just seeing where we are on the table now. I mean, of course, there's tonight's fixtures to be played. But we're what, a point outside of the playoffs?
I think last night we would have gone up if we had won it by the 3 goals. At one point we were sixth.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
That's true. We went
it's
above Stoke.
playoffs are well in there. I think the annoying thing for everyone is what if we had started the season like this?
Oh,
What if it didn't take that many games to get going?
yeah, crazy,
Would we
crazy.
be would we be up there with Coventry? We surely.
Well, there definitely would have been at least 3 or 4 wins for sure. And then, well, yeah, you being second easily. So yeah, there's no question. The fact that we've been able to turn it around like this is just crazy. I mean, we've got 8 wins all season, and the fact that we've seen 6 of those under Tonda,
Yeah.
that's nuts.
He's ice cold, isn't he? He's just ice in that man's veins. The picture on the side, he just.
On that one,
What is it? Oh, look at him! Look at him!
it's gonna shake that evil Ruben Sellers kind of thing. But no, there was a moment where he was kind of turned around to the crowd and was sort of doing this. Come on, getting everyone going. And I think he just sensed there was a sense of nervousness in the air, and he kind of cut the tension. Just when we were thinking like, where's this going? Are we going to be conceding 3 after going 3 ahead? It was a little bit nervous, and the crowd responded, and here we are. And he did make comment of the fact of how good the fans were last night. But it's just all this kind of like scoring 3 goals in the first half. It's just like we're just not used to it, and then being in a position of comfort going into a second half. It's nuts, really.
Being in such a run that we've been, none of this is what we're used to, really. It's always usually the hard way with us in every sense. And right now, it's like this is what a good football team looks like, isn't it? You got an attack that works really well. You got a manager that everyone loves. I think the atmosphere around St Mary's the past couple of weeks has been so good, so good. I think maybe it took a little bit to come out of the stalls again against Birmingham, but then as soon as it got going again, it's been great. I wish the Northern Wall could be blessed with a second half performance that will really set it alight.
Yeah,
That's all we're missing.
yeah, needs more goals. Maybe we should start by kicking towards the Northern. Maybe that might help. It just feels like the Chapel End get far too many goals. It's just
so making the moving of the away fans.
Don't know.
Either in or out. You're either in or out, Mike.
Don't know. Good evening to everyone. Let us know what you thought of last night's game. Let us know how you're feeling with the appointment of Tonda. Of course, we haven't had much time to discuss that one really, so it's been quite something. I think it's been widely received. It's all caught us by surprise because, of course, 2-3 weeks ago we're thinking like, don't just appoint the interim manager, and Johan Sports coming out saying, no, we definitely won't be doing this, and here we are with all these wins later, and here we are. But I think it's generally caught everyone I've spoken to by surprise. I think a lot of the former players I've had the fortune of speaking to have always said like, what we needed was someone with experience and someone who's had a better career than these players, so that they can look up to them and listen to them. And here we are with a 32-year-old who's absolutely crushing it. So it's mad. He's only 32.
Old man, mate. Old man. Old man at 32, huh?
There definitely needs to be a few more songs for Tonda as well. Live and La Vida Tonda.
I think now it's now he's here. The Tonda train can really take off. I mean, you don't need to have that experience when you've got those eyes. I think that's what we both discussed. The man doesn't blink, and I think when you've got him staring at you, going, "I want hungry eyes." Yeah, I think I'd do it.
Yeah, and that
somewhat scared of him.
He kicked the ball away as well. I reckon you just kicked the ball away and then just stared at the ref like this. Going, what? That ball? What?
I do love
So,
the fact. I do love his excuse of like, I played football. I saw a ball come in, my right foot kicked it. So I was...
yeah. Sorry about that. There we go. Here we go. Um, Lovely stuff. Right. Should we look ahead to the weekend's game
Let's do that.
against Norwich City, a side which is having a bit of a woeful time at the moment and appear to be playing everyone who's apparently in form. I think they played Sheffield United, who are top of the form table at the moment, and they get to play us next as well. It's a bit of a side in a bit of turmoil, but we were there earlier in the season for the League Cup where we actually got a win. We actually got is that the Matsuki goal? Was the one?
Yeah, the Matsuki. Bring him out. Bring him out again.
Yeah,
We don't want to see a
goal.
Rebo, so it should be Matsuki.
Yeah, we should get onto that. That's a bit of a mad one. So yeah, but it's not always been a bit of a happy hunting ground for us because it's an early kickoff as well. What the heck, man?
Oh, you never back the early kickoff, do you? That doesn't work in our favour.
Sky TV.
You almost said it then. You almost said it.
Nearly. That liver with the early kickoffs. Seriously.
Yeah, they've been brutal.
Ridiculous.
But it's I'm always surprised to see Norwich this far down the table because they're definitely not where they should be.
Mm-hmm.
It was his name? Liam Manning?
Yeah.
Was that the manager?
Yeah.
Not great, was it? Wasn't a fun time. Well, how many games has he been gone now? Because it's now that matey that was at Rangers, wasn't it?
That's true.
New manager. I don't know how many games they are in with him yet, but things could be turning around. But they got a draw against Sheffield United on the weekend, so they're doing good result.
Yeah, that was last night, that draw actually.
Yeah, for United. So it's I wish I knew more. Wish I knew more about this Norwich side, but I don't understand why they're doing so bad. As we can attest, things can get better quite quickly, and in this league, the way it is, things can turn around kind of on a performance really. And annoyingly, what Southampton like to do is with teams that are struggling, is give them a good whack of confidence.
Yes, yeah, we do like to do that. It's a bit of a bizarre one, but what we'll do just for a bit of fun is because let's be honest, Noel's done particularly any deep homework into the Norwich side and what they're doing. Why don't we pick our preferred 11 for this weekend?
Let's do that.
Because I feel that there's enough time that between last night and Saturday for us to go with our strongest 11. Because then I don't think we've got a game for a week, so we can just do it that way. So
I think once or twice a season for the last few years, we always get to the point where it's like when your team starts playing well is when the team sort of picks itself, and we're finally at a stage again where you're like, brilliant, this is what's gonna roll out.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think I 100% agree. We are in that position. So play along at home. If you're live with us in the room right now, stick it in the chat section. If you're watching us on replay, stick your preferred 11 into the comment section, and let's have a go at selecting what we're going to go for. Right, let's put this banner up there, share this, here we go. I still haven't contacted FOTMUB. They're getting all this free publicity.
Call us.
Yeah, get in touch. Right, let's go for it. A lot of questions been asked of Baz and his positioning.
Talk to me about last night.
Well, it's a bit tricky. It just seems to be a bit of a broken record in terms of we're talking about the same things. We're winning games, but we're still having these conversations about, taking case in point, game against Birmingham, where we had those two shots in exactly the same position, and Birmingham had one like it from Damari Gray, and it goes in. And I just think I just don't get it. It must be down to a positioning thing or where the starting point is. So, but I still think Tonda's going to stick with him. I don't.
You're not going to start McCarthy purely because everything else that Baz does bring to the game. But I will say that second goal. When I was watching all those corners from last night's game, in my head, I did think McCarthy would have reclaimed a few of these.
Yeah.
And then when they scored the second goal, I was like, see, that's the kind of thing that McCarthy can do, is just control boxing in those situations. I just think that's just, yeah. Listen, I got a lot of flack for saying that he should have said that the Murray Gray goal. Apparently, you know what? It has more pace on it. It's probably a slightly better hit shot, but I just think we concede a lot of wonder goals.
Yeah.
A lot of, wow, how did that go in? And we concede a lot of those to a point where I think a lot of the league will go, listen, have a go, because he doesn't save those.
Yeah.
There'd be things like close range, and when you're going one-on-one with him, that, you know, Baz can stick out an arm and do, like, great. But when people just have a shot at him,
yeah. I think also the Demarai Gay one wasn't as far into the corner as the Cienza 2 or 1. Was it 2?
Yeah.
Or was it 1 from somewhere else? Because, you know, the Cienza one just takes a touch from the goalkeeper and just whistles past the post. So it's annoying. But
plus that goalkeeper was a freak of nature. He was huge.
Yeah, he was very good.
He was like 6'5" or something like that. It's ridiculous. So, you know, I think it's just a broken record, really, isn't it? That it's these goals go in, and are they shouldn't necessarily be going in, because no one else conceives them kind of goals.
No, exactly.
Every week.
I switched to a 3 at the back there because I think he's obviously gonna stick with it. I think for me it's Harwood Bellis,
who's really like stepped up a few gears in the last few weeks. Like he towards the end of still being here, I did kind of, I was like, come on, mate. Like he's not maybe he's just not as good as he thinks he is. And now, no, he is as good as he thinks he is. He just needs to do it. And now he's doing it. He's been class.
Yeah. Yeah, Harwood Bellis for me. And I think I've got to go with like Nathan Wood and Jack Stevens. I think for me, those are the back 3 that make sense, really, which is crazy to think, considering where we were a few weeks ago with Nathan Wood not being nice to people.
Yeah, crazy turnaround, right? Crazy turnaround.
Yeah. Stevens in there. Right. It's for me.
Fellows and Manning on the other sides.
Yeah. Picks itself,
my friend.
He had a very good game as well last night. And actually, a lot of the highlights that we watched back of the previous playoff semi that was at Southampton involved Tom Fellows. So I think that, how much did we pay for Tom Fellows? Was it something like 8 million or something ridiculously low like that?
Yeah, it's a real bargain of a purchase, especially because I think they wanted like 15 from the previous season, so I don't really understand that.
Yeah,
we were with
a Baggies fan actually last night. The guy from Pressbox, he was a West Brom fan, and I think that the mad thing about this move and how fast it happened, because do you remember when we were in the Marcus Lieber suite and he came out and did you ran on by then, hadn't you?
Yeah,
I remember. Yeah. Well, anyway, he came out after the game and talked about his move and how the fact it happened, and in fact it was a phone call on a Tuesday. He had a medical on a Thursday, and by Friday it was done. It was just so freakishly fast. But considering it's a player who was looking for, so there we go. Ryan Manning,
got to be.
Yeah.
Although he needs to allow Cienza to take some of the free kicks.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't scored one yet, has he, Cienza? So
he has had a chance. I don't know. It's not had a chance. Malmstrom had one against Birmingham. He just smashed the wall, didn't
he? Yeah. All right, midfield. Me, it's got to be Kasper Yander.
Obviously, your new best friend.
Yeah. And are you going, Flynn?
Yeah, I think right now, Charles is sort of on the way back in. I think it's, you look at it. I'm not 100% convinced on Downs. I think there's a lot of negative passing. I think he slows down a lot of the play. And he's just not it for me. But the last couple of games, he's been solid, and you're not going to change it now, are you? It's something's working, and
Mm.
it's not that I want him to be out of the team. I want him to be the player that he should be. So keep him in
Mm-hmm.
there. I think the performances are growing slowly but surely. So hopefully
Yeah.
by the this time next week, he's an absolute baller, and I'm writing
Yeah.
apology letters.
Yeah. Absolutely. So Flynn Downs is going in.
Plus, Ori still looks a little bit unfair. I think he needs a few more games, a few more minutes.
I'd agree with that. And then again, Leo Messi.
That's the one. Yeah, pretty fresh.
Yeah. So do it by his surname, actually. Pretty easy to find. There we go.
Just so you can show off that you can spell it. Nice.
I can spell. I can spell real good. Adama. It always seems to end up in the middle.
Do you know what the funny thing is? Is like even though Stuart Armstrong's gone, he's still Adama. I can't just call him Armstrong. I'm like, no, there's two of them. There's two.
Yeah, not anymore. And Mr. Finn Azaz. I mean, that's it, really, isn't it?
What a team!
The only question mark is this position here. I'd say. I think you could argue.
I like Bragg. I thought Bragg deserves another start, and maybe against this Norwich team, maybe that's a good place to do it because it's slightly less pressure than one of the slightly bigger games. So, and also I think I kind of like the way that Tonda is using the youth. I like the way he keeps playing Kwashi in and out, just get him used to it rather than like just long runs of it. I think I like the way he's doing it. So if you're up to me, if you ask him what I'd want Bragg to start, but.
Yeah.
You know, at this point now, I don't want to. I'd like to go on a big run. I'd like to beat the Russell Martin streak. So
yeah. So you still go with Downs?
I'm going to go for Downs. Okay. You kind of got to it now, unless Charles is fit. I don't know if Charles is back yet.
Yeah. I don't
because if Charles is fit and Charles starts playing, you was sold.
Yeah. Yep. Question here: when's the Dozy back in the squad? Feels like he could do with him in the second half with Robinson. Yeah, I think the I'm not sure what the update is on.
It was an ankle injury last time I heard. Okay. But I kind of feel like that might be one of those. It's an ankle injury. He's not, but
we'll find out in January how bad that ankle injury is.
But I look at this team and I think, for what we all know Dozy do is to run at that back line really well, go to the byline, cross a ball in. Yeah. This is kind of the setup for him. I don't understand why he wouldn't get a look in this team. And he would have been playing with Tonda anyway in the 21s, and if he did have any minutes so far this game. So, I don't know. I'd like to see a Dozy back in. I think there's money to be made in the Dozy, and keeping him away from the football pitch is not what we want.
No, agreed. Well, there it is. We're locking that in. That is our chosen 11 that we would like to see out of the weekend. I don't think there's any injuries. Of course, the presser for the game will be going out, I'm guessing, tomorrow at some point, as it's an early kickoff. I would have thought so. So I guess we'll find out if there's any changes in injuries, illnesses, or goodness knows what. But that is what we're locking in. But like I said, if you are watching us on replay, please be sure to stick in your preferred 11 into the comment section. And it's always fun to have a look at those. Right. I guess we're moving on immediately over to the score prediction section of the show. Now, there's been quite a few people getting score predictions bang on. I mean, we had one at the weekend. There was a lad who gave a score prediction last night in the game. He got it spot on as well. So I feel like we're on a little bit of a roll, a little bit of a run.
I think it's easier for us to get these predictions right when Southampton win games, because we only ever say they're going to win, and we've pretty much just gone through a whole 12 months of them losing games.
Yeah. And actually, now that we're scoring goals, when I say something ridiculous last night that I think we're going to win 3-0, And on Saturday, I think we're going to win 3-1. And I'm saying Southampton are going to score 3 goals, and I don't feel remotely ridiculous in
Yep.
saying that. That's a
Mate, you can
crazy
say
stat.
4 nowadays, and people are like, well, they could do
Yeah,
that. They could,
yeah,
Saints could score 4 goals in this game.
yeah.
All
That'd be
right.
that'd be pretty wild. Pretty wild. There we go. Well, here we are in the score prediction section of the show. Be sure to put in your score predictions in the chat section. If you're watching us live in the chat section, you're watching us on replay, stick it in the comment section, and we'll be going through all of those right after me and Jack, or Jack and I, as the correct English would be,
Brah.
have given ours. So, Jack, I think it's your turn to go first, so that you can say something ridiculous, and I can just sneak in under slightly less ridiculous. That's normally the way it works, isn't it? Anyway, over to you.
Let's go for Bananas 4-2.
4-2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Loads of goals, but Baz can't stop goals going in, so
Okay. Wow.
why not? Why not?
Yeah. No, I like it. I'm just seeing what their previous results were. I think it's do you know what? I'm feeling bold. I'm feeling quite bold on this as well.
Do it.
Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves. Let me
Do
get
it.
this. You went 4-2, didn't you? 4-2.
Yeah.
We're away from home. So
5.
I'm gonna say a little bit better than yours. Weirdly, I'm gonna go for 4-1.
Love it. So both. I love how I planted the seed of Southampton could score 4 goals, and we've gone, yeah, they could.
Well, we're away at Charlton.
Yeah,
We scored those 4 in 7 or 8 minutes. It was, we've seen it happen. I just think with a Norwich side, the way they've been, anything is generally possible, really. So we just have to wait and see. But there it is. Right, let's have a look and see what the chat section is feeling in general. I think we've only got 1 or 2 in it. Look at this. Right.
I mean,
let's
TSP
start.
is on. We did make a vital mistake.
I've messed up on the scheduling again. Sorry, everyone.
It's midweek, guys. We can only do what we can do.
Yeah. So let's go with Andy. Remember the channel. Thanks so much for the support. He's going for. Oh, look at this. He's going for a 4-1. With me. Norwich 1, Saints 4, Azaz, Adama for 2, Taylor Harwood, Bellis 3 up in the first half again. I would love to see that. Dan
Still expecting a stinky second half, though. That's great.
Yeah. Dan is going for a 4-0 Saints, and Charlie Page is also going for a 4-0 Saints. Look at the confidence.
Well, listen, we are now at a point. We're at a point now where 100% of the predictions for this game are saying we're going to score 4 goals.
I know.
Perfect.
It's wild to think that actually all of the predictions we've had in the chat section are more ambitious than ours. They're either equally ambitious or more ambitious than ours. That's
what I would call the core fan base. I think who we're preaching to is the converted.
Yeah, absolutely wild stuff. Lovely stuff. Right. Well, that sounds good. I think the other thing to note in with talking about these dodgy second halves is we're playing a lot of games, aren't we? 3 game weeks.
Yeah.
Fast turnarounds.
Do you think it's going to be a busy January for us?
I
think it's less.
I don't know.
I think it's less drastic than it was.
Mm.
I think it was still Will was in the same position. It's replace Adam Armstrong doing it, but now you're like, okay, well, there's bits there. I still think goalkeeper's difficult, isn't it? Because who do you get for the championship? It's the same as last time. Who's going to come down for a year, whatever it is? Unless we recall Rambo, but he seems to be loving life up north. So,
yeah. I don't see him coming to play in the championships. I don't think there's a chance that he's going to be going to the World Cup anyway. So I just think he's perhaps thinking, yeah, but I've got a showcase in the Champions League opportunities and stuff like that. So it's tricky. I mean, I don't begrudge him at all. I just, it's just unfortunate the way it's happened, really. But here
So
we are.
I think maybe a left back, purely because Wellington's been out, Manning's running about. Maybe somebody else to cover that side.
Hmm. Yeah,
Apart
it's not a
from
bad
that,
shout.
I think I do maybe another striker because how was what was Cam Archer like when he came on was that last night? Was he put himself about?
He was good, but like I said, he's just not finding the right space at the right. He's clearly got ability,
Yeah, but he
and
did
he's
against
got loads
Birmingham,
of
and
height.
he was really unlucky not to do anything with it.
Yeah, yeah. There were a couple of moments where it sort of overran and ran into a wall of defenders and stuff like that. I just maybe you need to start. I don't know.
Yeah,
Could
but yeah,
he
I
needs
think
to do
maybe another
something.
striker, especially with Ross out. How long's Ross Stewart out for? Has anybody? It
Mm,
seems so familiar. I'm so
yeah, a good amount of time was the last thing I heard on that. So
good, good. So yeah, maybe a striker.
yeah, I go with that. I go with that. It's mad to think that we're scoring this many goals and we're saying, yeah, we need a striker. We need someone who
Backup.
can put the goals away.
We all understand backup.
Yeah, yeah. I think I heard Cam Archer was being touted by Bristol City.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Hmm. But
Don't give him to anybody. No one in this league. He doesn't
no.
go. He doesn't get to go to anybody else here because he will then go and bag goals.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's got a question here. Here's a question. If your will still, what the hell must you be thinking right now?
Core
It's a
isn't the
good
new football manager
question.
bad?
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't look great, does it? It doesn't look
No.
great. It's
And I think it's quite clear from the front what was wrong as well. It's just I think quite lethargic, too laid back, expects them to do. Get
yeah.
like you hear that all the players are saying, Tonda's come in and he's got so much, everything is down to the T. He's got analysis on everything, and everyone's where they need to be, what they need to be up to. I feel like we was just expecting them to do it.
Mm,
It's like no, it doesn't work like this.
yeah.
Modern game doesn't work like that.
Yeah, it's like when you get to final, you know what to do there. Just put it in that goal. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Probably just a bit too vague on his
Mhm.
directions, really. I think it's, but we certainly do wish him well. But he just must be thinking, I want Tonda to do well, but chill out, mate. All right.
Chill out. I'd like to work again, please.
Yeah, it's like you've had 7 games, you won 6. It's like it's,
They must have really hated me.
so what is that? That is 18 points from a possible 21.
hmm I love Tonda. I'm booked in next week to get Tonda written on my forehead. Get it tattooed. Can't wait.
I don't know if that's true, Jack.
You never know.
I think you might be embellishing the
Well, everyone
image
knows
here.
we've never actually hung out together. Those are all just AI videos you upload.
Ever since I got that Diallo tattoo on my back after he scored those 3 goals, it didn't happen.
It
But
100% happen. If there's one
yeah,
thing that's going to happen before this channel's done, you'll be wearing a Diallo shirt that you've paid for with your own money. You don't have to trick you into doing it.
oh, we got another score prediction as well. Paul's joining the conversation. He's going for a 4-2 win. He's with you, Jack. That's exactly what you went for.
Fantastic, and another 4 as well. So we're
And
all
another
four.
4. Yeah, it's an away game. We're going to be on fire.
So confidence is up then.
Confidence is extremely high. I think confidence will be extremely higher if we win at the weekend and then we go into the commentary game and we get a victory over that. Because I think that'll be the moment that we'll see a true test of
Yeah,
what we are, because it will be up against. I mean, you could say the last test was against Millwall away, tough place to go. I just don't feel we weren't really at it at that game. So, but then again, there's another well organised side that is performing well and is up near the top of the table. So, um, hey, you can only beat what puts in front of you. But yeah, it's going to be a good good test of Tonda to see where he's at, and certainly if he's put in any kind of adversity before. So we shall see. We shall see. Because actually, has he been behind in a game yet? He's not, has he?
Well, when he lost.
Well, behind up until like the. Oh yeah, he was. Did we do? No, we weren't. We drew level.
Okay, yeah.
They drew level, and then it was only in like the final that they got a goal.
So yeah, we were losing then.
For all of 30 seconds. But yeah, you have a point, Jack. He has been behind in the game. But he hasn't had much game management time to do that. But yeah. Another question is, where is Matsuki? Have you seen anything on that? I haven't seen any.
Where is he? Where is Matsuki?
Yeah.
Where's Matsuki?
Wow. Oh, we got a score prediction that's not a 4. He's going 3-1, which is still a 2-goal lead thing. So, a bit like your 4-2. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. I think I just can't believe we're in a position where everyone's positive.
Yeah.
And the moment you say something negative, a lot of people will say, yeah, you need to be a bit happier because cool people did not like me telling Bazunu is still at fault.
It's okay to have the conversation about these things. I think it's perfectly fine. I'm trying to think if there's any other particular. So we had a glimpse at Romeu again last night. I think there was a few question marks on regards to his fitness. I just think he's probably going to take a bit of time just to get up to speed. But
yeah,
I'm not sure we're going to see the same Romeu that we saw 3-4 years ago.
You never know because he went on a magic walk over the weekend, didn't he? Did you see the pictures of the boys out in Winchester?
Yeah. Bit of romance.
That's right, the magic, the Yoshida magic, just coming for you. Because give me extra. Let me give you the last. Give me some extra juice. It's the extra shine.
Yeah, that was pretty special to see, and nice to see him hanging out. I guess Romeo is living in Winchester. I would guess by those pictures, or were they
all? He doesn't strike me as an Ocean Village guy anymore.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, I think vast majority of the players either live in Ocean Village or live in Winchester. I just think it's just generally where they are, and then just hop down on the M3 and go to training. Just generally what they do, really. In fact, I did know there was have a mate who used to work with Lot Fine, and apparently he had Sadio Mane always having the same 2 fillets of salmon and veg every night.
I heard Yannick Vestergaard lived in Millbrook.
What did he have as his nutrition input, Jack?
I think he wandered down to the Greg's outlet, the busiest store in Southampton.
Yeah, this is all 100% true. Yeah,
this is why people, are listening to Total Saints Pod right now. Because of that kind of insight. Have that, Alfie. What do you know, huh?
Alfie loves a Greg's outlet. He would happily have a Greg's outlet at St Mary's Stadium. I think it's one of his favorite ones. Yeah, and there we go. And Andy is very helpful to remind us that the wrong half of Hampshire have had 7 defeats in 9. There we go.
Good luck to everybody tomorrow, by the way. Those who are buying their tickets, good luck.
We need to talk about this as well, because this is going to be a bit of a wild thing. Tickets for the Pompey game go on sale. Is it tomorrow?
I believe so, after 9.
And you need a hefty chunk of games. Let me pull it up. I think it's absolutely right that it should be done like this. But there's something which I think is going to make it a bit more open to people than we might all be expecting. You know what it's like when there's a small allocation, less than 2,000 tickets go on sale, and it doesn't get past 12 aways. You'll just stop. So you might be looking at this thing like, well, there's just no way I've got 5 or 6 aways. I'm not going to get near these Fratton Park tickets. The one thing that we need to consider is actually you need to have identification to go alongside your ticket.
Mm.
So when you collect your ticket, you have to be the person on that ticket.
Oh, I see.
So, case in point, I'm away for that game, so we're going to be attempting to get you a ticket, Jack, for this. But
Outrageous.
other people who have other season ticket numbers and stuff like that, which they may or may not just be buying. I'm not saying there's people out there doing it. I am actually. There are people out there doing it that have a whole box of like season tickets that just basically always buy the aways. Those people have to attend the game and show identification. So what that means is that it's going to potentially open it up to other people that might not have been able to go. What might
Smart.
happen, which would be awful, is those people still buy the tickets anyway, and then they just get wasted because you can't use them because you haven't got identification with them. That could be a bit of a mess. I can't. It'd be a bit of a shame for people to do that. I can't see why they would do that, but I don't suppose there's anything to stop them doing that. But either way, I think it's just going to be a bit more interesting than perhaps we originally thought. But
I think what you're saying is this is the perfect opportunity to use the latex Mike Smell mask I made.
don't give away your Christmas present. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, if you've not been on the Matchday Vlog shop recently, it's wild now. It's amazing how you didn't notice the paper mache when you fell asleep.
It's the fact that when I woke up, you still went shh.
Shh. It's all magic. It's all magic.
So yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting one in that regard because people who have bought the tickets will have to have ID and prove it's them. So I think it's was there 2,700 tickets.
Something like that, yeah.
Um,
Disperse the season ticket holders, aren't they? Because we're huge. We don't have to move our plans for you lot. We don't have to do that, but you've got to do it for us because royalty's coming.
yeah, 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 absolutely. So yeah, it's quite wild that. Do you know why we've got that many? Because it's surely it's
it's violence. Violence is the answer to that question.
no, but my point being that why is it not just 2,000? Because they go, oh, we haven't got a big stadium, so you can have 10%. It's what? Why is it more than 10% of the stadium? Why is it in their
Because
interest to do that?
as much as they hate to admit, they really love that extra income for the game. That really paid. Might pay to get the smell out for a game. Afford some central heating so they can open a window or two and get the musk out of the room.
Exactly. That's a good shout. It's a good shout. I was just kind of baffled as why we were able to get so many because the Carabao Cup game wasn't that many. It was less than 2,000, wasn't it?
Maybe it's just whatever the restriction is on that side now. Maybe there's a little bit of an allotment that's smaller. Maybe they're just trying to keep a distance on either side so no one can sort of spill over.
They're just giving that whole stand. They're thinking like, well, we've got to give them the whole stand anyway. Then we may as well make money out of it.
Exactly. So
yeah,
that's probably what it'd be.
Yeah, and Andy making a great point there because they can't fill their own stadium and they need us for a sellout. Exactly that.
Yeah.
Speaking of sellout, I haven't told you about my hospitality experience last night, have I?
Oh yeah, how was it? How's your meal?
Before I go on to that, I would say on tickets, the tickets for the Pompey game go on sale tomorrow, 9:30, and you need 17 plus aways. Look at that. And then Friday, it's 16 plus aways, 15 plus and 14 plus at 12:30 and 3:30, and on a Monday, 13 plus, 12 plus, and 11 plus from 9:30, 12:30, 3:30. Tuesday, same thing again, 10, 9, 8. Wednesday, which I think is when we can attempt, or you can attempt, or I attempt on your behalf, whatever way. Anyway, it's 7, 6, 5. Thursday, it's not going to get there. I don't think it's going to get there. It's 4, 3, 2. Friday, following week, 1 away, all remaining season ticket holders, and members at 3:30. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
If you do attend that game and you are a member, please make yourself known because you are graced by God. I want you to choose my lottery tickets. I'd like you to just, how many?
Yes.
If you know much about crypto, let me know. Like, just if that's you,
that'll be something else. There we go. So yes, my hospitality experience, very nice. All sorted out by midnight. Thank you guys for that. We've done a lot of fun things with midnight this season. We did
you have.
We did the Pompey game where we had like on the pitch. You got a nice train top. It's kind of nice. We did the Sheffield United away game. Did the box with the Tiz. And last night we had a bit of fun as well. We did the James Beattie banner as well. Did the interview with James Beattie, which I still need to edit. Yeah, did lots of stuff. Just remind myself live on air. All stuff I still need to do. But last night was particularly fun. I will say, if you are going to be splashing out on hospitality for yourself, don't do anything other than Halo Bar, in my opinion.
Really?
I would say, you know the experience we had in the Marcus Lieber suite?
Yes.
For me, if you're spending 200 quid on a ticket, just spend another 50, 100 quid on it, and then have a lounge which is pitch side facing, and also have actually it just makes it complete. It's just like there is nothing quite like it. The food's very good in all of the lounges. It's exceptional stuff. But for me, if you're gonna have a proper experience, then do the 1885, do the Halo, private box, that kind of stuff. So
I think
how do you ever live?
I do think, for the sake of fairness and science, the club should hit us up, and we should just do every step.
Maybe,
just to make sure that we can clear this up, to make sure we know which ones do the best eggs Benedict. We need to know that. That needs to be what's football about it. Yeah. So I feel the club. Ellen, give us a call. Papa Phil, Uncle Phil, give us a shout. We need to try it all. And then we do all the food carts on the outside as well, I think.
That'd make quite a video. Yeah, I think the is it the Knightsbridge Lounge in the corner? I think that'd probably be another good one. But we did what is like the TV suite when they have TV broadcasters in that corner box. That's quite a nice one because it's massive. Because one, they need it for TV studios and all that, camera gear and stuff like that. But we've done that one. 1885 I really like because it's kind of a little bit smaller, bit cozier. Doesn't feel like a massive room. But to be fair, the Halo is very good because it's large and spacious, but it doesn't feel like you're in a dining hall. Does that make sense? So you kind of feel like you're in a nice, not intimate kind of area, but it's big, but it's also feels quite nice. So there we go. But yeah, but I think for me to have a pitch side view just makes it 100% makes it. You spend the whole time looking at a football pitch, looking at people warming up, seeing the shutters come down. Ridiculous rule. I hate that rule. Can't have a drink with view of the pitch. Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I think my only issue with the Halo Lounge is all my memories of it start off really clear, then for some reason they get really foggy. I don't know why that is, but that's my only issue of it so far.
Last night was the first time in the Halo at a match, because we've done it for the end of season awards and stuff like that. But I remember that because I was driving and so I couldn't. So yeah, it's probably why you have a hazy memory of it. But the food is so good, so good, so good.
Yeah, that was that food in there was fun to send over to family members who I knew were having beans on toast that night. Look what I got.
The comment on the lamb. The lamb pie looks a bit small and poncy. I will say the lamb, it was small, but they give you a whole plate full of them. So I think that our table had maybe. I
thought you were going to say a whole lamb. Then they give you a whole lamb. There's no lamb in the pie. It's a chicken mushroom when it comes with a lamb.
Put it in a grassy area. No, you get a whole plate for them. And actually, the one was there was one left. And in fact, you know, Billy from Big Daddy Eats on the
Yes.
TikTok one. He was on the table next to us doing another thing. And he said, you going to eat that? I said, I am. And I need a rating out of 10. He went, it's solid 8.5. So he's an official food reviewer. So
So are we. We've reviewed pies up and down this country, my friend.
that's true. It's true. But yeah, as I mentioned in the video, the lamb is very nice. It's kind of like a bit more traditional than the lamb one at the Spurs. And flavour wise and pastry wise, it probably tops the Aston Villa chicken body pie, if I'm honest.
Wow.
But that was an elite pie. As a proper matchday pie, still the Villa one because you're in the right area, sort of thing. But yeah, it's solid. Anyway, I think everyone's learnt enough about Norwich away, haven't they? I've spent at least 3.5 minutes talking about that particular game.
Grant Holt.
Grant Holt, is he still playing?
No.
No.
I don't know. Josh Sargent. That's his name. You know,
Russell Martin.
Angus Gunn.
Yeah,
Russell Martin. Yeah.
Finn Azaz, Championship Player of the Month. Yes, absolutely firing on all cylinders. We won't. That will never happen. I still really like our seats. There's something slightly missing about. They were very nice seats where we were, but they were better than the ones that we given in the last one. Put it that way.
Oh yeah.
Still compact, but it was big armchairs.
I think what everyone needs to understand is we won't leave those seats unless the meal was really good. If the food's good, then.
But we can still do that and then go back, can't we? And then
the only thing that we want to do more than give you guys premium content is a hearty meal.
Yeah. Sadly,
apart from that, you guys are number one.
Free bar, good cheese board. Yeah, we're right there. Amazing stuff. Well, I think that probably wraps it up. Sorry, Jack, I said it was going to be quick on tonight. We've been speaking for 57 minutes. That's on me.
It's fine. I had a paracetamol before we came on.
Wild stuff. Right, well, we'll be back next week. Neither of us are heading up to Norwich, but we'll try and squeeze one of these in for the midweek shows. But we're back for the Coventry game, which we'll be certainly looking forward to heading off to. But will Tonda make it 7 wins out of 8? We shall have to wait and see. But there it is. As always, remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. And me and Jack will be with you. And see you in the next one. All right, see ya. Bye-bye.